Hello from Beer Australia Reviews, and today we will be sampling, tasting and reviewing another beer from Pirate Life, and this one is their Throwback Session IPA. So if you're wondering what a session beer is, essentially it's a slightly lower strength version of their standard beers. So if you have a look at this one, you'll notice that it's 3.5%, as opposed to being one of the other types of IPAs, or even the Imperial IPA, which comes out at something like the pretty much standard sort of a strength for an IPA these days is about 6.5%. So a session beer, then, it just means that you could drink one of these, or you could drink a few of these beers in one session, because it's lower strength. You can just drink more of them and keep on going, as opposed to having one or two stronger beers. Now, this is also similar to a beer that I've reviewed recently, and that was the Colonial Small Ale. Now, the Colonial Small Ale, if you had a read of the website and on the can, it was saying that it was made in the same style as an IPA, but at a lower strength. But with the Pilot Life one, they're actually saying that this is definitely an IPA. It's just a session IPA, so it's lower strength. So from the website, if you have a look, this one says it has malts, Golden Promise, Munich, Carapils, Wheat, Crystal, Crystal, and hops are Simcoe, New Zealand Cascade, and Enigma. And it goes on: solid malt chassis and a swift hoppy kicks, subtly dank and herbaceous aromas, citric pears with notes of biscuit and spice. So I've not tried this beer before at all. I do really like the Colonial version of this beer, the Colonial Small Ale, which is from Margaret River, but this is going to be the first time I've tried this one. Now, I'm actually really interested in trying more of these session ales, because I like the idea of a stronger flavoured or an equally strong flavoured beer, but just at a lower strength, so that it's just a sometimes you don't want to have your whole rest of your day ruled by the amount of alcohol that you drank. Sometimes you just want a can and then do other stuff. So now let's get this one open. So I'm hoping to see the sorts of flavour that you get from other types of IPAs. It looks like it's a West Coast IPA. It doesn't look like there's any sort of haziness in this one, but just at a lower strength. So if they manage to do this, I'll be really impressed with the beer. So that looks really nice foamy head, lots of bubbles. Oh, I am getting aromas from this one already. Immediately, this one is it's coming out of the glass and in my direction. So a little bit of haze in this one. That's actually smelling really good. There's we see the bubbles in the thing, and it's a really lovely, like a deep amber colour, nice head on the thing. Right, so let's give this one a try. What are we looking for? We're looking for citrus with notes of biscuit and spice with herbaceous aromas. Okay, let's see if we get any herbaceous aromas on this one. Oh, that smells like a really nice IPA. So I have sampled quite a few different IPAs, including the ones from Pirate Life, and it is one of my favourite styles of beers. It was a favourite style of beer when I was in the UK, when we used to get an India Pale Ale on draft. Believe it or not, you can get them as a real ale. But since I've been sampling the ones from Australia, they're all of a craft beer type of a beer. So let's give this one a try. It smells malty, quite sweet. A little bit of fruit. It's not as fruity as some. It's not like hitting you with a whole pineapple lump bag in the can. Oh, it's very much a sweet and sour one, this one. There's a lot of grapefruit I've noticed them being hit by across the side. Immediately when you taste it, it does hit you with like that sort of, even like a grapefruit peel. That's very much like a much stronger beer. Quite sweet maltiness. A lot of tang on that one then. it's got like a bit of the cold water taste, so it's quite a smooth beer. Now they're calling this one a session beer, but the thing is with this one, the flavour on this one, especially the bitterness, I'm not sure whether or not you could actually drink more than a couple of these in one go, just from a strength point of view, because it is, like I say, quite strong flavoured. Okay, now what else are we looking for on this one? We're looking for biscuit and spice. So I never know what they mean by biscuit on this one, because when you hear Americans reviewing craft beers, they say this like a broken cracker sort of a taste. Now, is that what they mean? Not sure about that one. Spice, possibly. So it's got enough flavour in this one. It's got enough aroma to be going along. Okay, I am going to directly compare this one to the Colonial Small Ale I had a few weeks ago. I prefer the Colonial Small Ale. Would I drink this one again? Yes, I definitely would. Especially if I can ever see this sort of a beer on draft. I think coming up soon in Perth, they're supposed to be opening a Pirate Life venue. I will be going to that one as soon as the thing opens. I'm not quite sure exactly when that's going to be. I think it's somewhere in the city centre. But this would be the sort of beer that I would drink. Say, for example, I was going to watch the football match in the just near the city centre. I pop into Pirate Life bar, have a pint of this one. Yeah, that would be the sort of thing that I would definitely do. So, Pirate Life Session IPA, lower strength than a more usual type of an IPA. So it's down at 3.5% rather than like a 6.5% sort of strength. It doesn't quite have all of the maltiness and the sweetness of one of those sorts of beers. Well, it couldn't do, because they would have to have put a lot more malt in to make the stronger beer. But saying that though, they could put an equal amount of malt in and then cut it short, which would mean that it would have lower alcohol and then more sugar inside. I don't think they've done that in this case though. It's quite a bitter beer. But yeah, okay, so this is Pirate Life. Quite a well-known brand. In 2018, even one of their beers was chosen as being the best craft beer in Australia. That was their Imperial IPA. So despite the fact that they've only been around, I think, since 2014, they've been doing really well for themselves. And I like Pirate Life beers, and yep, I like this one. I can recommend it. So if you see this one, Pirate Life IPA or Pirate Life Session IPA, yeah, give it a try. Thanks for watching.